Hello, this is Malorian, and this will be a 2400 point game of my Orcs up against some vampire accounts. This is another Skype, international game, and this is now Andy from the United States. We'd actually played once before, and this is one where he has Manfred that just, death magic is pretty damn scary, and we're gonna have another match here. So this is another list that's gonna be up for a tournament coming up. I'll have a video covering more of that. But really, what I have in this battle line mission is I have the Black Orcs, and they actually have the banner for +1 speed. I have 50 Night Goblins with spears, nets. In there is a BSB with a 2+ armor and greatsword. I have the horde of the trolls. I have a stone lava, then the the savage orc biggins, and in there I have a savage level 4 that has Spencer blades and the shrunken head, and then I got my wolves with bows and shields, or spears. For the other side here, we have Corpse Cart, we have Grave Guard with great weapons and banner of barrows, some dire wolves that look like kittens, another corpse cart, some skeletons, and in there he has a necromancer and he has his Manfred. Then he has more skeletons and he has a vampire BSB that is using shadow, level 2, and then a big old unit of zombies, and then finally the Ragnarok is being his little Terrorgeist model. So looking at this, I had doubles and I could either go for Foot of Gork or I could go for Hand of Gork, and knowing how I pretty much just need to get into his face and how Foot of Gork really doesn't do anything that really helps me in the long run. I mean, it's good to kill his stuff, but he can just raise it back up. He has such a powerful magic phase. It's so hard to kill Manfred with a foot because he has so many wounds. So I just went for the Hand of Gork. As far as the terrain goes on here, none of it will actually come into play. It's just a hill, some different types of walls. That thing in the middle there, the tape with the blue underneath, is actually the well, which only matters because it's impassable. And then I got a building and an evil settlement on the far left. But yeah, nothing of that really comes into a play here. I'm just happy he didn't go in there and make a little defensive position. So I get first turn, and Animosity kicks me in the butt. I fail with my wolves. My savages pick a fight with my night goblins, so they kind of kill each other. I'm not going to get a magic phase. And then what else can I do? I move up my trolls, I move up my black orcs, I shoot a rock at the Terrorgeist, and it scatters. His turn 1, and this one really kind of set the pace for the rest of the game here. Not a lot of movement or anything like that other than the Terrorgeist slowly moving up, but he gets off Purple Sun, kills off a bunch of trolls, moves up his dire wolf, so they're going to be redirecting me and making that impassable well a bother, and then also puts up his zombie unit up there to draw out my fanatics. So with my units being further back and my trolls taking a beating, I'm not really liking my odds of this game winning it. And it's just begun. My turn 2, Animosity does nothing. Stupidity and all that stuff is fine. Trolls go into the dire wolves and then combat reform. I should also say that he got off Curse of Years on them last turn, and this time here I tried dispelling it and failed, so that's not helping anything. My Night Goblins actually they charged the zombies, jumped onto a fanatic, and because of the new FAQ, could not overrun. You can see the other fanatic zinged off towards that thing there. And otherwise, you can see my savages are trying to move up, trying to shoot at the Ragnarok. I hit it this time with a stone, but I rolled a 1 to wound, so nothing there. And in the magic phase, yeah, he just pretty much shut it down. His turn 2, his chariots and his Graveguard are shuffling back. Otherwise, the zombies move up. He goes and he has a Terrorgeist yell into the savages. That kills 5, I think it is. And otherwise, his magic phase, pretty much all he got from it was -2 weapon skill from the savages, which I don't really care about. My turn 3, I send the savages into the front and the trolls into the flank of the zombies, completely wiped them out, and again, because it was by crumbling, I couldn't overrun with the savages. I failed Animosity with the wolves, so they had to do a long charge, which they obviously failed. The shot into the Terrorgeist ended up with a misfire, but luckily everything was fine. And then I tried issuing a charge from the Black Orcs into the Graveguard, and I failed. And with magic, I was trying to hand Gork them up, but he stopped that as well. His turn 3, now this is where the dice started to change ways. He did a couple of charges here, and he had his skeletons go into the trolls. I think that's great, because I should be able to kill his BSB. Then both his chariots and his graveguard charge my black orcs, and these are short charges, and he failed the graveguard and one of them, so that's really lucky to me. I can pretty much kill the one chariot for free and then get the jump on the graveguard. And once I can do that, his bunker's in a lot of trouble. End of his turn 3, he's doing more yelling at my savages, so more of them die. Of course, I kill his one corpse cart, and then I was really surprised fighting his BSB there, because looking at the list I was looking at, he didn't have anything for defensive gear, so I just had 3 of them just doing regular attacks, and then I found out that when I was transferring his list he gave me, that was an army builder, to just a regular one, when I was deleting all the special rules, I missed that he had a 4+ ward and enchanted shield, so I actually ended up doing no wounds at all, but at least I still won combat. My turn 4, and I should also say that the tokens behind his skeletons there is because he gets to reroll the hit and reroll the wound with his spells. I go and I charge into his graveguard. You can see I killed a whole bunch of them. And then otherwise, now that I know how it is with his vampire, I start puking on him. He's making all of his ward saves though, so I just keep on killing more skeletons, win that combat. I tried using my magic to move my savages to his flank, but he either scrolled it or something, so nothing there. And finally, my stone thrower hit his Terrorgeist and wounded, and he didn't regen it, and I did just 1 wound, so not too much there. Alright, his turn 4, and this was devastating for him. Manfred moves out of the unit, I think just to kind of keep him safe, and then he goes to 6 dice, the big purple sun, and he gets the misfire, so goes right on top of him, scatters a little bit, but what this does is that it kills his vampire BSB, it kills his necromancer. I mean, I lost 2 trolls from it, he kills some skeletons. Manfred's fine, but man, I mean, what a waste of dice. Of course, yeah, I mean, losing those 2 characters is huge, and yes, I mean, if that would have gone through, my trolls would have been destroyed, and my savages just would have been really messed up. End of his turn 4 looks like this. The Terrorgeist yelling into my trolls did a lot of damage, but I'm still winning combat there. The other chariot is gone, and so now they're ready to go into the bunker, and you can see that he's just in a lot of trouble now. All of his stuff is dying. I'm getting to his bunker. Manfred's looking pretty stuck, and you know, after getting destroyed the last game against him, I'm enjoying this quite a bit. Alright, so my turn 5 here, and so as you can see I went to the bunker. I wasn't able to totally wipe it out. Otherwise, tried doing some shooting and stuff into his Terrorgeist, no luck. I got Hand of Gork off, and what I did is I put the savages behind him, just to try and make sure that Manfred can't really get away. And otherwise, in the other troll combat, just keep on grinding away. His turn 5, and now here's another big swing. Manfred moves to the side of my savages, does the purple sun, and just obliterates the unit. My level 4 is killed, there's only a few left. He Gaze of Nageshes it, he casts to kill the last one with Spirit Leech, but that whole thing is just gone. So that's tons. His Terrorgeist had also charged into the rear of my trolls, beat them and broke them. When that happened, the Terrorgeist is now into my wolves. The skeletons are kind of just bumped to the side of his big bat. And the thing that really, I rolled kind of bad here, is I really thought my Black Orcs would destroy the rest of his bunker, and then I could combat reform to get a charge into Manfred, but I just rolled poorly and I'm stuck there. So now I just need to try and quickly get up some points. My turn 6 then, I have my Night Goblins going to the rear of the Terrorgeist, decide to net myself, but it still doesn't do too badly. He's down to 3 wounds after the crumbling, and then my Black Orcs finish off the bunker. And then on his turn, he goes over with the Manfred, goes for a big purple sun. Luckily, with some 6s, I'm able to stop it. And then in combat, I was able to just barely kill the Terrorgeist. And this is after he rolled very poorly and didn't kill off the rest of my wolves. Alright, so when things were first done, I thought, well, okay, it's a win for me, but that's because I forgot that Manfred is frickin' 530 points. So we added things up, and, I mean, we just kind of did it really quickly there, But really, I mean, my Black Orcs are about the same cost as his Manfred. His Skeletons are about the same cost as my Night Goblins and BSB. And then because I had the Rock Lava and the Wolves, it looked like I got the win. But you have to remember that he also had killed my General, so when you factor that in, it's actually a tie. So, you know, this was a really good, enjoyable game. I really thought that he was going to be using his magic to try and kill off my General really quickly. But when I talked about it after, he was just saying he just didn't have enough dice to get it done. You know, there's just... He was going a lot of times with the Purple Sun, so when you're doing on that... I mean, one of the things that's kind of crazy, too, is, of course, whenever this Purple Sun goes through my Trolls or whatever, then when you start rolling for the dice that he gets back, he gets so many. So, you know, you throw 6 dice at Purple Sun, kill a bunch of Trolls, and get like 8 back, right? It was just crazy. But, anyway, yeah, it was really enjoyable. Lots of twists going back and forth. Definitely a big weakness I saw on my list that's going to hurt me in a tournament is that my General is Leadership 8, and I didn't even take the Leadership banner, so that's going to be interesting. But hey, you know, this is really fun, and he's already talking about doing our game number 3, and he wants to be doing one of the Chariots. But right now, I have a pretty big backlog of people that want to have games, so we'll have to kind of see how that goes. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.